Jeep just apparently came out with a new kind of like literally.
Sick.
Dude,
It's
love it.
sick.
I don't like Jeep, and
I'll go find a picture.
Yeah, please. I sell cars, right? I don't sell Hyundais, Kias. I don't sell Chrysler products unless you're buying a Dodge because I know you're having fun with it. And I don't sell Jeeps because, in my opinion, we are Bronco Nation.
Oh, this
right?
guy.
I don't care. OJ made it cool. All right?
OJ did make it cool.
OJ
Yeah,
made it,
I'll go on record.
That's the juice
as
mobile,
saying
right?
that.
You know, we gotta put some respect on that, especially the white ones. They should have named it Juice White.
They wouldn't dare.
I don't know. These companies be clapping back nowadays. Man,
Yeah,
but,
sometimes they do.
the new Jeep looks so. It looks like something straight out of like the movies, like Top Gun or Jurassic World. I like how janky it looks, but it looks capable.
And I mean, we'll put the image of the Jeep that we're talking about on screen right now. But I saw the video earlier, and I know you know what I'm talking about. I sent it.
It was the dude with the head?
Yes.
Dude, he's so clutch.
Yeah, he is.
He's so clutch.
Got all the good news, man.
He does. I don't know how he does it.
Got all the good information.
You know, I don't know, Toyota, if you want to, you know, invite me out to the next GR Corolla thing, you know, I know, you know, that would be great. I used to live in Japan. I'm on Duolingo every day. I can speak the language.
You're apexing too early. You're apexing too early.
I'm apexing at the apex, bitch. Don't be telling me how to drive and shit.
Apex!
I can't apex more than I'm already apexing.
You drive like a blind guy with no legs.
You did do your Duolingo lesson.
I did. I know. I just
saw
be
it.
checking.
I do be checking because
Dog.
it'd be prompting me to give you high fives.
I be seeing it on my app. Like, I be just sitting around doing nothing. Like, Kev did 5 lessons. Like, how the fuck you do 5 lessons?
I just
like,
be in bed, dude.
Oh my God, it's crazy, bro. But, nah, that looks, there is hope for cars in the future. You know, I know a lot of people had like a lot of issues with like the new Holy Trinity. It's safe to say you're on team Porsche for Holy Trinity. You like Ferrari though. So I feel like it's whatever one makes the most sense for you.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
And we need to define the Holy Trinity too.
Okay.
But I would put the current AMG 1 in there.
Okay.
And that would be my #1 pick. I don't like what McLaren is doing. McLaren kind of right now, and this might be controversial, but McLaren kind of reminds me of Mitsubishi when Nissan bought over.
That's crazy.
All of Mitsubishi.
That's so insane.
And they're trying a little too much without the technology behind it, and they're trying to make everything special. I mean, McLaren has
so many special editions.
How many special cars?
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
There's the Sabre, there's the Elva, there is
it's a Speedtail. Love the Speedtail.
There's the
I love
Speedtail.
that.
And don't get me wrong, these are great looking, I imagine great driving cars. But how many of them are you going to make special until they're no longer special?
And the issue is they all come. Yeah, oversaturation is a problem with McLaren for sure. But they all come with a special price tag to the point where I feel like Porsche's brand identity is the 911. And it kind of, I love how everybody is like, okay, every car guy kind of realizes that everything they do is to sell 911s.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but like
that's why we love them though.
Yeah, you know, and they stay true to their roots, but McLaren is missing ever since, and you know, I get names confused all the time. It could be me being an ex-Mini Cooper owner, but the P1, that's the OG McLaren, the one that they built to be a road car and literally just put aero on it to be a race car, right? The one that's middle seating, that's the P1.
No, that's an F1. The P1
F1.
is original Holy Trinity. That is
Okay.
2012-ish hybrid technology.
Peak.
Yeah, that beautiful car.
Oh, yeah.
McLaren F1, absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I'd kill a cow just to see an
Kill a
F1 in
cow.
person.
That's
I'm being
crazy,
honest
man.
with you. And we're eating the cow afterwards, by the way. There's 20-something million dollar cars nowadays. They only ever made 106 of them, including race editions.
But that's the prop. Like every car, Mazda has a Miata. That's his babe. Like there's a car or a nameplate that each brand will fight tooth and nail to preserve.
I agree.
The Mustang is Ford's. I think at one point the person behind the Mustang team was like, "I'd rather die than it be something that it's not." I'm sure he's rolling in his grave when he sees an EV Mustang.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Hey, they have a GT version though.
get the fuck. Well, nobody cares about that shit.
It's supposed to be
Oh,
fast.
and the problem with that car is they could have called it anything but a Mustang, bro. They could have called what's another horse that's American? It don't matter because
Clydesdale.
I don't know.
Ford Clydesdale.
Clydesdale.
That does actually sound like a real car.
It sounds like a big body. It sounds like something you would give to the Bronx. Damn, bro. They
It
really
sounds like a
named
10,000-pound car from the 60s.
Yeah.
That, like your entire neighborhood drove.
the Ford Mare.
Mare.
But I
that's
feel
the
like
one.
McLaren doesn't have. I feel like that car, that nameplate, is the original, the one that everybody fell on. I know we just
The
named
F1.
F1, and they don't have anything to kind of, that's
kinda
like
follow it up.
Yeah, it's like they have a whole bunch of entrees, but no like base. Like they don't have rice. They don't have like
You're right, but then McLaren is also a weird company that has not been building road cars forever.
They haven't.
Excuse me, I think the F1, and correct me if I'm wrong, the F1 back in the late 90s and early 2000s was their first road car. So I get that they're kind of, seems like they're stumbling, but I feel like they've stumbled to the point of Mitsubishi. And I'll bring it back to Mitsubishi again. Mitsubishi, yes, they gave us the Eclipse, but Mitsubishi's the Evo.
Yeah.
And yes, the
It's
Galant and the
drivetrain,
3000
yeah.
GT, they had some cool stuff, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. Same thing like McLaren. McLaren has had the 765 LT, the 675 LT, the 650, the 720. They've had some
Spyder.
cool stuff. But the F1 is that's their car, right? But I feel like they've gotten to a point where they're just stumbling. They're trying too much with the kind of useless technology in the W1.
Yep.
Half the rear of the car is a wing.
I think it doesn't look good. And I'm like, if you're gonna be, I don't want to say smoke and mirrors, but if you're gonna be all looks and everything, it looks like that's the first thing to break.
Doesn't look good enough.
Because the Ferrari has that. The Ferrari has active aero in the front and in the back.
Oh, these million. Honestly, if I spend over like $200,000 on a car, I expect it to have active aero.
I mean,
the
I'm not trying to
3000
die,
GT
you
had
know?
active aero. I swear.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of. But I feel like they did not. This is a generation where a lot of old heads, a lot of millennials and early Gen Zers, and then the new shit afterwards, I don't know. They're all looking towards what cars are going to be in the future, because like we're all looking towards bleeding edge tech, which unfortunately, and you know what, I say unfortunately, but now I think it's kind of cool hybridification of vehicles, depending on how they do it. I
could really like care less about the hybrid, and I know that might be contrary to what I said earlier with the whole 4Runner having a 4-cylinder and so on and so on. But when they do it right, it
cool.
works well.
It's cool.
Holy Trinity is a perfect example. The LaFerrari, the McLaren P1, the Porsche 918 are all hybrids. They do it very, very well. I mean, they're at the top of their game. I could really care less about it. But you're right. I think the new generation is looking for
something to cling on to, like
current
something
classics, future classics.
Exactly,
is the
something to
word I'm
cling
looking for.
on to. Like 90s, I'm a 90s era. 90s was just, you had the base version, then you had that fucking turbo.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even you had the even with the Skylines, they had the RB20, the RB25, but you really wanted the 26. But it was cool. The 25 and the 20 were cool enough.
But you had different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
And they all were cool. It wasn't like,
And they all, for the most part, look the same.
Exactly.
You couldn't, it depends. If you weren't really a car guy, you couldn't really tell the base from the top.
But that's what made that generation so cool. It's like if you knew, because you had to know, this is the generation of spreadsheets and forums. It wasn't easy to like build a car. You had to know what you were doing. You had to really look for the information, because it's like internet wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
You know, so the early 2000s, I feel like everybody benefited from that, you know, and everything. We had shops, like more shops to go to, and more shops are knowledgeable on. Like your guy, Mr. Tire or Advanced Auto Parts, would know a little something, or like know the shop that you can go to and everything.
Because you would kind of have to.
Exactly.
And you have to think too, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, everybody was a car guy. Everybody was a car guy.
The colors.
I mean, dude, and everyone knows this. Every single movie you watch that takes place when the kid gets his first car, he wants a Camaro, a Mustang, a Firebird. Like, he wants something cool.
Dude, Sam Witwicky, bro, when he gets, bro, dog, that shit.
Bernie Mac, damn cousin him out to buy Bumblebee. Like, that's just what people did.
Yeah, that's cars are, Americans, we love our cars. It's
we
like
do.
Top Gun, even though there wasn't a lot of cars in there, there's a lot of bikes. Like, and then like Jurassic Park, we had a lot of Jeeps, we had a lot of like big off-landing kind of vehicles and
Yeah,
stuff
I mean,
like that.
even in the shitty movies, like you remember Triple X with Vin Diesel?
Yeah, that
it was kind of all about the car.
I try to forget about that, you know. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Don't forget about the follow-up with Ice Cube.
I don't.
The-
Ice Cube was in that movie.
In the second one.
That's insane.
You
watched
gotta
that?
watch. Of course I watched
I'm
it.
watching that. You just try to.
I'm not saying it's great cinema. It's like on the same level as it's a little bit better than like Sharknado.
So, guys,
but
oh my god. So guys, he's not going to edit this video. He's trying to get me to edit the video like Sharknado. You keep it up, it's gonna be. I'm gonna throw a few sharks in you.
it's good cinema. I get us some more views.
Oh, yeah.
Just drop this suggestion in the box. I walk away.
Man, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, you're absolutely right. To the point, there's something called like hero cars. Like, you know, the main character has a car that's like X-Men with the RX-8. X-Men had the RX-8 before the RX-8 came out. They did. It was all black. They shot it at night. The rumor has it, because there wasn't an actual running RX-8, it was an RX-7 with RX-8 body lines on it.
Interesting.
And they shot it at night. Every scene that you see with the X-Men, I think it's first class, it's at night. So like, you know, hero cars are a thing. I play games, so you know, the new game that's coming out by Naughty Dog, the people behind The Last of Us, the TV show as well. Yeah,
Sorry.
the new game, the main character flies a Porsche spaceship. So like cars are
Yeah, it's cool.
right.
It's cool.
Because I
I
didn't
like
see
seeing
that the
stuff
first.
like that.
But that's exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's sick, you know. And cars have, even down to like when you design a car, like there's design language. Like you watch Tron, right?
Mm-hmm.
The light cycle is like Clue's light cycle is red and it looks more aggressive. They want you to feel a certain kind of way about it versus the hero's car being blue,
and,
you know.
and brings up calmer feelings and
Exactly.
so on and so on.
It's
yeah, that's true.
yeah, man, cars are really something special.
They are.
It's a little amount. Sipping on crown. Roof low